What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here bringing you another video. So, recently, like just a few minutes ago, when I actually started making this video, I found out that apparently there's some information revealed about some episodes of Power Rangers that are coming out. So as many people know, we have had so far the first 8 episodes out. Now, a while back I did a video talking about what's going to happen in 8 through 10 and in regard to their summaries. Well, there was some new information revealed about episodes 9 through 10 with new summaries for those episodes plus summaries for episodes 11 through 13. So I'm just going to say that right now that if you want to see the original summaries, you can check the previous you can check the link that will be in the description. It will probably be, if you click on the eye that will be above, it will probably be a pop-up that will show up in the very beginning of the video. Click on that, you will be able to see the summaries that I did for my previous one for episodes 9 and 10. But I'm going to read the new summaries for episode 9 and 10, as well as the summaries for episode 11, 12, and 13. Currently, I will say this, episode 11, 12, and 13 do not have titles confirmed, so I can't tell you the names of the episodes. What I can tell you is the new summaries for these episodes. Actually, apparently, episode 9 has 2 summaries that I didn't even realize were there, because originally it was a shorter summary. So the second summary for episode 9 was the maze monster working with Fury captures the Rangers until Riley's logical mind helps them break free, but the delay has allowed Fury time to head towards the Terrorzord. I feel like I remember reading that. So the maze monster is a significant one. I definitely remember seeing, like, they've made a figure and they're going to be releasing that figure soon. Then the new summary is Riley's logical mind is tested when he must solve a very difficult puzzle after Fury and one of his henchmen cast the Rangers into a trap in the form of a life-size maze. Okay. So, more or less, so it's the same thing, although at the same time, it's like there's a bigger emphasis on Fury with this one. The general idea is that the Rangers are going to have to go through a maze, and they're going to deal with this while at the same time trying to get the gold energem from Fury, and Fury's going to get closer. Obviously, I feel like the second one I definitely remember reading. The first one, the third one though, don't remember. That one's new. Now, there's not much I can say because it's more or less of the same. But let's read episode 10's new summary. So episode 10's new summary says, Tyler and Shelby pose as the prince and princess to discover the golden energem among the exhibit that the country of Xander gave on loan. Fury to bring down a trap and regain control of the powerful Terrorzord. Okay, so one thing we find out here, which was not in the original one, is that apparently Shelby and Tyler are gonna pose as a prince and a princess. Personally, I'm curious as to what they'll look like. There's a lot of speculation as to what. Back then, I originally said that they might do something interesting with some villains. Clearly, they're doing it with the Rangers. Interesting idea. I don't remember them ever doing that in Sentai, so that's definitely new. So it's supposed to be on exhibit. They also mentioned this character named Xander. More likely than not, Xander, if I'm not mistaken, is probably gonna be our Gold Ranger. Could be wrong due to the fact that it's been said that the Gold Ranger is supposed to be named Ivan, but maybe Xander's some new character that's maybe like a character that becomes like a major. Like maybe he's like the Graphite or Graphite Ranger or someone else, or maybe he's a new side character. Personally, this is all speculation. As we know, many people it's been kind of thought of that Ivan would be the name of the new Gold Ranger or whatever. So don't know for a fact. Obviously, it's still up in the air because we haven't gotten the confirmation. We haven't seen the episode where he's finally revealed. But we know the Gold Ranger is supposed to be coming sometime very soon. So that's something to note. Let me look at episode 11 summary. So remember, this one does not have a title right now. So the episode summary says, Coda and the Rangers bow to save an arrogant prince and the gold energy gem. Okay, so the one thing that is definitely that has definitely been already covered in the past was the idea that whoever a Gold Ranger is supposed to be a prince. That's a definite. He's supposed to be an ancient prince from a time years prior, and they're trying to save the energy gem. So clearly, at this point in the story, they're supposed to be referring to the fact that the prince is around. We see the prince, though you have to wonder, they're probably going to do a backstory because all these characters have gotten some form of backstory, some more than others, but I guarantee they will go into a backstory where they'll show the prince when he lived years prior, because it's been assumed that he's supposed to be like an ancient person from like thousands of years ago or something like that. Personally, that's what I'm assuming. I can't tell much. This is a very short summary. It's interesting though that they emphasize Coda rather than anyone else. I think I understand why that is because of the fact that Coda is, he's very old. He's a very old figure character, and we saw his whole entire character background story where we saw how old he was and all that, and maybe it's assumed that maybe Coda lived among him, or maybe Coda knew him personally or something like that. That could be a great possibility, and I definitely think that that's a lot more likely due to the fact that they emphasize Coda, because why else would they emphasize Coda? Obviously, we haven't seen the episode yet. Could be that like they become friends or something. Who knows? Just a possibility that I'm thinking of off the top of my head, just because of the fact that he is supposed to be one of the older members of the group, and so because of that, since Coda and him are supposed to be like older members, it kind of can be inferred that maybe there's some connection going on there, that or it's just the fact that they have something in common, that they're both ancient figures. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Obviously, this is episode 11 we're talking about. We've only seen the first 8 episodes, and we're not even getting episode 9 until the end of August. So let's take one step at a time. So let's now look at episode 12 summary. So episode 12 summary is definitely longer. It reads, the Rangers must demonstrate their value to persuade their latest ally, the Gold Ranger, but find they do not have the willpower to do so when one of Sledge's monsters steals their courage. Okay. Interesting. So obviously at this point, episode 12 is around the point that they're supposed to now have him as an ally, but they have to prove to him that they're worth being his ally. Of course, in the show, in the Sentai, it was kind of similar because they didn't just immediately join up and become friends, although in the Sentai it was more like he tried to like not immediately join them, even though he wanted to, because he wanted to show that he had the strength, which is definitely a perspective that this is sort of similar to in a way. So I like the fact that they're trying to be similar to an extent. I'm curious as to what monster this is. I feel like I remember the monster. I just can't envision what the monster looks like. I feel like they're pretty close in story, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the actual episode when that comes out. And obviously this is around the point that we're finally going to get our Gold Ranger. He'll finally be on the team and all that stuff will happen, and it should be really interesting to see. So that's episode 12 summary. So let's finally look at episode 13 summary. So the 13th episode says, a fun rivalry between Tyler and Ivan. So yeah, I am right. Ivan. Right. So Ivan is probably our Gold Ranger. The question still is, who is Xander? And if you're curious as to how Xander is spelled, it's Z and then it's Ander. So it's interesting to see it like that, and it's Ander, and instead of it being like Xander as in like Alexander, so there's the Z, and instead of there being an ER at the end, it's AR, so it's Xandar, like that kind of spelling. So could be. Oh wait. Never mind. The country of Xandar. Never mind. I didn't even realize that it was called the country. I didn't even notice that. a question though would be, where is this country? Is this from a different planet? Is this meant to be a prehistoric country that existed years ago? That's a good question now that I think about it. Because I originally thought it was a ranger. I didn't even realize it until I looked now. That's true. Yeah, Ivan's supposed to be our gold ranger. So let's continue the summary. A fun rivalry between Tyler and Ivan becomes a problem when it interferes with the efforts of the rangers to find and defuse a bomb planted by Sledge's monster. Okay. So obviously it says fun rivalry. Personally, I'm curious as to what the rivalry is over, what that entails. Is that just an overall like, oh, you know, we're fighting on the same side, so we want to be like, you know, have some sort of rivalry between the two of us, or is there something specific that they have a rivalry over? Curious as to what that's referring to. Planting a bomb. Definitely interesting. It has been done before in several seasons. Curious as to what as to why this one's any like different from any other episode, and is this bomb special? Like, is it gonna explode, or is it gonna, and if it explodes, is it just gonna like destroy everything, or is there gonna be something significant? Like, is it gonna change everyone's minds, or is it gonna do something unique? Or is it just a regular bomb? And what is this monster that they're referring to? Is this a monster that specifically focuses on bombs? So all those questions are definitely in my mind. You have to wonder what that means. It does mention that their rivalry is interrupted by this monster. So maybe these bombs are meant to cause them to possibly hate each other, or do something where they kind of just beat each other up or something like that. That could be an idea. I don't know. I mean, they say interfere, so that could be it. It could also just be that they interrupt them by coming out of nowhere. So that's definitely an idea. So overall, this is more or less so my thoughts on that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment below telling me what kind of things you think about these summaries. And I would love to hear more from you guys about what other things you want me to do related to this. Did you guys enjoy this video? Of course, please remember to like and comment and subscribe. And thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys in whatever video I make next. So anyway, guys, goodbye.